Howdy everybody, and welcome back to BTD6. Bear with me a little bit if I sound a little stuffy. I've gotten, I don't know if it's allergies or what, but I'm a little beat up today. Anyway, today we're going to go over something a little bit different. We're going to go over the new goals and maybe some tips for how to handle them. Anyway, before we really get into it, I just want to say thank you to all of my members. I now have 20 of them, at least for the next month. Thank you to all of those of you who have joined. Wow, that was clunky. But, hopefully you can see it there, and hopefully it doesn't stay on screen for the rest of the recording. If it does, feel free to make fun of me. Anyway, so we only have Phase 1 currently. This only just came up yesterday. It ended 13 days, and in 6 days we get the other half. The goals we have are pop balloons, win games with heroes, win co-op games, beat X map with X difficulty with Y difficulty, and then beat maps with heroes and one specific tower. That's all that we have so far. I'll go over the tips in a second. The unlocks are heroic start. You start with one extra level on your hero the first time you place them. Projectile knockback. You have a 10% chance to knock back non-Moab class balloons. Or if it's a support tower, it's 25%. We have global jungle drums, which is literally just a 10% attack speed boost for everything. Land advantage says you can place water or land towers around the hero no matter what. There is no restriction to placing towers. And then Boss Buster. That one, let me see if I can actually pull up the full perk description. It's somewhere around here, over here. This one says, all towers gain plus 5 damage to boss balloons. Heroes gain plus 15 damage to boss balloons. And then we've got Monkey Star is from completing the... We've got projectile ricochet, and then monkey star. I actually haven't looked at those ones yet, so let's look at them together. Projectile ricochet says towers gain plus 2 pierce, and the projectiles will now ricochet to nearby balloons. Magic towers gain plus 4 pierce. So it sounds like it'll be something kind of like Seeking Shuriken, maybe. It'll probably treat it a little bit like that. Ninja Monkey's gonna go crazy once we hit that. And then Monkey Star says the first hero or monkey you place in game becomes a superstar, increasing in size with massive boosts to range and damage, but now costs twice as much to upgrade such level up. Does not affect paragons. That one seems like it'll be a lot of fun. Nobody knows what it'll be until we all pop enough balloons, and that's going to take us a little bit, but we're making good progress. Anyway, shall we go over the goals a little bit better with maybe some tips? And then we're going to play a map after we do all this. So we've got play balloons, or pop balloons with any monkey. That is literally just play the game. I got it within maybe 10 games, not even playing on higher than medium most of the time. Heroes, you just play 1 to 5 games with said hero. If you want to do it fast, go play easy mode on an easy map that you know. Possibly if you want to do medal completions or work on... Choose some maps that give the fireworks collectible right now because we have a collection event going on. Co-op games is straightforward. It is just win co-op games, but there is one thing you can do that's special. Maybe I can show that off. If you go play social, so you create a match, and then you just make it public, right? So now if you're going to wait for somebody might join, and then they'll leave, right? But if they're joining and leaving like that, if you hit ready before they leave again, it'll actually start the match, and then if they quit out, it doesn't matter. As long as you started the match, you can play through it on your own, and you'll still get the points for getting co-op. We're probably going to do Dark Castle on chimps right now, is what we're going to try to show off. And then Tower Limits is just playing with a specific tower. Really, I gotta say, this time, the challenges are almost exclusive, like almost entirely just completely straightforward. So... outside of maybe chimps on Dark Castle. Now, this is a map that I only just recently redid a black border for, or a gold border for. Almost got a black border. So we're going to try to black border it today, but no real guarantee, honestly. I do think this map's maybe some of the easiest of the advanced or expert maps, but it's still not easy, right? Big thing is early on, if I place them right at least, you gotta be really tight with your placements to start with. I have thought about maybe trying like a ninja start instead. What if we do like ninja dart start? Let's just try something new, shall we? And then if we're struggling too much, we'll go back. We'll back out of this. I think I've been underestimating the power of Ninja some recently. And then we still lose. Okay. I will say, every time you lose, you do still gain the money. Or the pop count for it. When you lose, it updates for the event. So, in theory, you can just farm pops off of losing. Granted, I don't know why you do that on chimps, but it really doesn't. You get enough pops just from playing normally, right? There we go. My placement was only slightly off on the Dart Monkey the first time. That's what I would bet. So what? Yeah, it's pretty tight placement on the very first wave. We will we'll pause and then I'll unpause it when I get it right. If it would let me pause. Oh no, did my hotkeys go bad? Man, that's crazy. It looks like my pause doesn't work anymore. That's okay. We'll just try it again. This looks like it might be good enough. What you want to do is go for a... No, it's just not, dude. I want to place him basically in the corner, the cusp of this. And then you want this guy right at the edge here. A little bit different layout. Hopefully that'll work. And then you just want to place another Dart Monkey. Yes, that time it worked. Oh my goodness, dude. Then after you place these ones, if I could place them, we're gonna save. We're gonna save for our hero. Do you guys hear it when I mute? I'm pretty sure you do, but it's a lot better than hearing anything else that I would be making, because I am pretty sniffly right now. And on top of that, I've got a little baby boy who does not want to sleep, but he is very sleepy. So, yeah. What you want to do... Oh my goodness, man. I don't know what's going on with BTD6 for me. It's been doing that a lot recently. Where it started lagging as of this last update. Kind of want to get another sub first, actually. I know I said Etienne, but I'm pretty sure it's another sub first. And then you can save for Etienne. Usually by like 12, I think. We should have it. Pretty sure. Wave 10's pretty safe. You just need decent Pierce for the last rush. It's like 100 blue balloons total, I think. Something like that. And then, so my biggest issue on this map was getting overwhelmed on the late game. If you do it this way that I'm going to show, we should be able to get Josh's constant as well. Which is an achievement for spending 40-some-odd thousand bucks on a factory while also doing chimps mode on this map. Basically, you want to get a perma spike, right? As far as I'm aware, that's all it is. I am a little... The waves I'm worried about in the early game are like wave 15, because it does have the first pinks, and they do move pretty fast, especially on impossible difficulty, or hard difficulty, I guess. And the yellows, there you go. I think we're going to be just shy, so I think we want to actually use Etienne's ability on this wave. Once you see the yellow balloon spawn, because these guys spawn in order. If you don't know how wave 15 works, it spawns reds, then blues, then greens, then yellows and pinks, right? So you don't want to use it too early into that wave, or you'll get overwhelmed. And then I think 16 to 18, ooh, I was going to say I think they'll just be safe, but we'll just go ahead and place this factory. Yeah, we actually did need it on this wave. Okay. I'm going to save for bigger spikes first. Feels like maybe we want to go like twin guns or something. Some other things to consider, maybe grabbing a druid, right? Because druid's going to have good lead popping abilities. And then eventually we'll also grab an alchemist for the spike factory. I'm going to get bigger spikes, then we're going to get a druid, because we do want the druid for the leads coming up. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I haven't done one of these, like, difficult chimps maps in a while, so it's been a little bit since I've actually attempted to, like, do something, right? Most of what I've done has ended up being just, you know, chatting and relaxing. I do believe Etienne should be a good enough level by 36 to give everybody camo detection as well. Some things that were suggested to me, because if you don't know, I do stream once a week right now. Oh man, there's so many things to talk about. So I stream once a week, right? You should check it out. It is inconsistent right now. Typically, the goal is to have it on Monday, right? I'm gonna Etienne ability here. I don't remember how I did this setup the last time, but this was not it. I'll tell you that much. So this is not how I did this before. But, not only that, I also have a Discord server. You guys should check out the Discord. Oh, and the last thing, of course, if you want to be a part of my group, drop your code down in the description, or ask, right? I have a lot of people who they've gone AFK from the first season, and I would like to have people back so we could get 100%, and it feels a lot more achievable this time, right? I think it's very doable. What level are you? Okay. I think Etienne can handle 33 on her own. Well, with a Spactory for sure, actually. What am I talking about? Spactory doesn't need camo detection. Yeah, this is totally fine. We're gonna get white hot spikes for wave 37, 38, and 39. And then we're gonna save a little bit. We need Alchemist coming soon, and then we need a mid-game plan, right? To get us up to permaspike. I actually don't remember how I did it yesterday. 2 days ago. But I did do it. Are you level 8? You're not level 8, but this is fine. Etienne can handle 36, and then 42 is the next camo wave, so we're totally fine. Deadly spikes are definitely enough to handle Moab as well. Some thoughts. Probably gonna go these guys, upgrade them at some point. Deadly spikes for wave 37 still, right? 37 also has camo. Oh my goodness, dude, I just completely whiffed my brain on that one. You know that? So do you guys... It's summertime as of recording this. Granted, I think 99% of my views come, like, from the first 5 days of recording a video. Oh my goodness, dude, it is hot outside. And if you don't know, I actually work outside. And I work construction adjacent. Right. Oh, okay, I now remember what our mid-tier tower was. We're gonna get a boat as well. Might not be the best boat placement, but it's fine. Anyway, it's really hot out. And I think that's part of my issue right now, right? Is it gets so hot, and then I'm working out in that 110 degree heat all day, and then I come home, I'm exhausted, right? Hard to get things done. It just hurts, it aches to be alive, you know? It kind of sucks. But, like, it's still a fun job, but... Man, it's tough being outside in this heat. Are you guys working in this heat? Are you guys going out in this heat at all? That's basically all I wanted to ask. I'm pretty sure we want to save for boat tier 5. That's our next goal. Possibly... Ooh, I'm sorry. Did that come out with a really big feedback for you guys? Possibly might be able to get a village over here to jungle drums boost the aircraft carrier. Soon to be aircraft carrier. We can do Spirit of the Forest. That's an option. It's a pretty good option too, I think. Reinforced ceramics seem to be a bit of a weak spot for us right now. They're pretty tanky. I do think wave 55, 63, 76, those three are kind of scary for our current build, but we have a lot of income before then. So maybe I'm not too worried about it. Next wave is going to be a little bit freaky, I guess. It's a little bit scary, right? If you don't know, wave 49 is a bunch of green constantly, and then they mix in zebras and ceramics underneath the green sometimes. It's a pretty tough wave. Oh my goodness, dude. I've also, with me working outside, dude, it feels like the pollen level is so high. I don't know if you guys have allergies, but dude, it's crazy. Apparently this is just me complaining about working outside. I am sorry. It's just what's on my mind right now, right? I don't know about you guys, but that's just kind of how I do. I kind of just speak what's on my mind. I'm actually going to go ahead and get these guys souped up and ready to go. They're pretty cheap and they do decent popping power. And they pop all types, even camo, lead. Granted, our aircraft carrier already does that, but that's okay. Alright. The stream that I did last time went pretty well, but I gotta say, it's kind of crazy. I try to do daily uploads, right? But, the last 2 or 3 days I've uploaded, my views on it have been abysmal. I don't know what happened. Maybe I just messed something up with my, with the algorithm somehow, naming or otherwise, right? But like, wow, it's pretty rough. I went from getting about 500 to 1,000 views, which is a pretty big range, I know. But, to getting like 50 views per video. I don't really understand why. I do think we're going to get an icicle impale. We're going to get a mortar at some point. We're going to get an icicle impale. And, I mean, most of what we have on screen otherwise is what we're going to run with, right? Ooh, pardon me. Sorry. You know, being sick, it was tough, dude. I don't know about you guys, but I get a decent amount of PTO. But after having a kid this year, I took a week off, right? So that was half my PTO gone at the start of the year. Otherwise, I'd be fine on PTO, but I'm down to like no days left. Anyway. I think we're gonna be... I think we're gonna be okay from this point, beating wave 63. Honestly, because we have Etienne as well. Etienne's a really good wave 63 counter. You do drones, UAV or UCAV, and then drones again if you have enough. But we've also got the double juggernauts. We're not gonna go ultra juggernaut. It's not perfect. It's not great on this map. It does decent, but it falls off at the end, and we need every penny we can get right now. But I think these guys should be able to handle 63 with the help of Etienne. We're only just slightly getting overwhelmed by the reinforced Moabs, which should be resolved. We'll hit this ability immediately. Should get resolved. Oh yeah, look at that. Should get resolved by, I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh my goodness. Aircraft carrier, that's what it is, yeah. Aircraft carriers, oh, we only used the ability once. We were fine, dude. I really do think there is something to be said about just using a juggernaut sometimes. It's a very good tower, overall, for the price it is, right? Especially if you give it camo detection. 3,200 for all popping types. Plus bonus damage to lead and bonus damage to Moabs, I think, too, right? Fortified and ceramics, that's what it is. Anyway, hold on just a second. I'm going to pause. Alrighty, I'm back. Dude, apparently when at some point OBS reset all its settings. And that shouldn't be too big of a deal, except it seems to have messed up even my ability to pause, which kind of sucks. I was really getting used to having that, so now I gotta look through that probably after this video. I still paused, but anyway, enough of that. I think I've complained enough this episode, don't you think? So why don't we talk about something else? And by that I mean I'm gonna end up complaining. Just you wait, okay. Do you guys have a favorite drink? I know I drink quite a bit of soda. And by that I mean maybe 1 soda a day. You know, I try not to do more than that, and by that I mean a can of soda, right? Like a 12 ounce. Because if you don't know, 1 12-ounce can of soda is like most of your daily sugar, right? So that's what I do. Do we buy Carrier Flagship or do we buy Permaspike? We make this about Permaspike, so we'll buy Permaspike first and then we'll buy Carrier Flagship. Bump the bike, my bad. Okay. But anyway, do you guys have a favorite drink? Mine ends up being, Dr. Pepper, right? It's, I believe they say it's supposed to be a cherry drink. I don't taste the cherry in it. I'll be honest. Maybe I do a little bit, but like, I would not have called that a cherry drink. Anyway, what this brings me to is the fact that, did you know soda and many other things, but especially soda, seems to cause kidney stones? Those are the worst, man. I learned that one the hard way when I was like 14. I used to drink way too much soda. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, Basically, my parents would buy sodas, buy the 12-pack or 24-pack. There were quite a few kids, right? And then we would just drink them all day, right? That would be our main source of drink. Which is quite the wild idea looking back on it, especially now that I'm a dad, right? Couldn't imagine letting my kid drink more than even one soda a day is a lot, right? Because a kid needs less sugar than an adult. Or should have less sugar, at least. We don't even need that much. Anyway. So when I was like 14 or 18, something like that, I already had kidney stones. Isn't that crazy? And our game lagged a little. That's okay. So I don't know if you guys have ever had that, but it's something that I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemies, I think. It's pretty rough. We seem to be doing okay right now. If we feel like we're getting overwhelmed, we can always use Etienne. Right? Do you guys know how Etienne's attack styles work? There is zone defense, divide and conquer, and first. Honestly, I'm pretty sure zone defense is first and last only. It splits it 2 and 2. And then divide and conquer gives you one of each targeting type. Is all it is. Kind of funny that they label it so weird though. So I'm thinking for the rest of this run, what we're gonna want is a mermonkey to help boost the pierce of permaspike. And then we're gonna want to get carrier flagship, and we're not gonna actually put anything on the carrier flagship. I think it's just a strong tower, especially when it's given camo detection already. And I think that's probably what we're gonna go for next, and then we'll get the mermonkey and stuff. Because, like, our permaspike is already getting some pops. Not the majority of pops, but still a good amount. And then maybe we can get this guy, right, to tier 5. I think we have enough money for all these things. I think. It might be tight, but that's okay. Like, permaspike's getting a few pops. But overall, majority right now is still going to him. So I'm feeling pretty good. And right now, we're currently on the pace or black border, you know? We do want to get a Shattering Shells mortar. Maybe we get that early. Just to make things easier on us, right? This should be a good test. We always pop this with permaspike no matter what, but this kind of tells us how good our DPS is. Because we're about to go into free play scaling. Yeah, that was like all permaspike, huh? Hopefully this will help. Did you guys ever know about the carrier flagship bug? Rod Polyphemus, that is. I'm sure most of you guys know about it, right? We'll go ahead. We're gonna buy a jungle drums over here too. We should probably get stronger stim. Although, I think it's just an attack speed buff for him. Did I do this poorly? I probably did this very poorly. Oh, I did. When you just want to have Dandy Monkey, dude. You're not within range, are you? No, we're gonna have to get a couple of these guys. We may as well put them somewhere usable at least. Right? One more, maybe? It might help us get a few pops, right? Still no? Oh my goodness. So this is going to cost us a couple thousand. There we go. Okay. Good enough. We made it work. Do you guys go Perishing Potion or faster throwing? I'm honestly not 100% sure which one you want to go for. I think we put this here with Shattering Shells. That should be pretty good for us. I think we want it on faster fire rate rather than bigger blast radius. I think you want the rapid reload on it. Maybe I'm wrong, but it does decent damage. It's not about the damage it does, it's about the damage it makes us not need, right? So on waves like 85, it's gonna do nothing, but that's okay. We're gonna grab Jungle's Bounty. Having that ability will help a little bit in theory, but really we're gonna hope to reach... Well, let's think about how much money we have left. We're gonna have... what, 50k more than what we have in 3 waves. It's a weird way to word it, I know, but it's important to think about, right? Because these next couple waves aren't super money-full. That's a terrible way to word it, but you know what I mean. But I think we probably need some DDT popping power. Man, I don't remember how I did this before. This is not the layout I had. It's very similar, but my power spike's kind of getting a lot of pops. Especially for us not even being on wave 90 yet, you know? Etienne should be close to level 20. Yeah, I think we get that by wave 90. And if you didn't know, this guy gives a carrier flagship I'm talking about, by the way. Oh. Dude, just in general, I have worse placement, I think. Well, maybe not. Carrier flagship gives a 17% attack speed boost to water towers. So these guys all attack a little faster. You're not in the water, so you don't count, but, you know. That's going to be important for our Icicle Impale. Also, in the short term, Icicles itself is going to help us deal with the ceramics that come out. Right. It's a pretty big buff. Ooh, pardon me if that sounded loud. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It's a pretty big, it's pretty good at dealing with ceramics, is what I'm trying to say. Looks like we're probably not going to have enough for Spirit of the Forest, is my bet. We probably wanted to save this for wave 93. It'll be okay. We should really be using Etienne's first ability more. I don't think it's ever a game changer on any of the big waves, but it's enough to make some of these other waves easier. Hopefully save us a few perma spike stacks, right? Does UCAV cool down faster than it doesn't, right? No, it definitely cools down slower. Okay. See, I don't like these ZOMG waves where we're just leaking into it, right? That's gonna cost us, I think, on wave 96 or 98. I think we might lose this, right? One of the upsides is 98 is really high on reinforced, and that's what the Shattering Shells is for. Because as long as it's anything below a ZOMG is actually being handled, it looks like. Yeah, they all pop mid-screen instead. I think actually we do use UCAV here because we should get it back by the end of wave 90, or by the DDTs of wave 95 at least. How are our pops looking on this thing? Not even 100k yet. It's probably okay. 96 and 98 make up like half of the pops in the entire game, pretty much. Just about, at least. Not quite immediately gonna have it back, but we are popping a lot of them without having to rely on permaspike, it feels like. Permaspike did get a good deal of pops there, got 40k, eesh. I would like to get this Icicle Impale, please. Please and thank you. It would mean a whole lot to me, just about now. Come on. Almost there. I'm spamming that button. There we go. It's gonna... Ooh. Oh, that's what I forgot to buy, guys. I forgot to buy a Moab glue back here. I knew there was something I was forgetting. That's gonna make a very big difference once I actually get it up to Moab glue. There we go. So unfortunately, Shattering Shells can't steal off of reinforced ZOMGs, but I think that's okay. I probably should have saved the UCAV for next wave. Thinking about it, I'm just speeding this wave up is all I'm doing. And what's really the point in that, right? Now this wave is scary, but it's mainly scary because of the reinforced. And we strip reinforced DDTs, or we strip reinforced BFBs. So we might be okay. Let's go ahead and buy stronger stim when we can, just in case that's a changing point, right? Oh, okay. With the glue and the ice, that's pretty good. Our Spike Factory's only gotten a few thousand more pops since the last time we checked. Okay, it's gotten 20k more pops, but we are on wave 99. This is a wave for Etienne. They help a lot on this wave, and so does Icicle and Pale. Alrighty, we are on wave 99 out of 100, so what I'm going to do is just buy a couple of Moab guys. A little bit of Moab damage, right? Not much, actually, it looks like, but that's okay. Enough to at least help, right? I do think that the bad just pops himself on Permaspike, but just in case that's not enough, we added a little bit of extra damage. Why, yes. Yes, it was. Would you look at that? Hey, we did it! That is how you beat extreme challenges, beat Dark Castle on chimps. So there we go. And with that... Hold on, I think it was even black border, wasn't it, guys? Oh my goodness, guys, we did it. We black bordered an expert map. Would you look at that? Alright. Anyway, that's the whole, that's all I have for this right now. I'll try to wrap this up as soon as I can. Maybe I'll do some co-op on my next stream. But if you guys liked the video, please do leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment if you have any feedback. Alright, bye.